Okay, I want to show you how to take these two vectors, 5 newtons north, 3 newtons 30 degrees south of east, and I want to show you how to combine them to find the resultant. And we're going to use a method called adding components. So, in order to find the resultant with a single force that's equivalent to these two forces, we have to break down each vector into its components, to its x and y components. So we have the 5 Newton force. This one's the easy one. It's purely north. It has no horizontal component. It's all vertical. And then the 3 Newton force, well, it's x. It has a positive x force, and it has a negative y force because it goes down. So this is the angle, and we're told the angle is 30 degrees. So this is Fx, the positive force, and Fy, the negative force. So we have to use trigonometry. Fx is the adjacent component. So it is 3 newtons times cosine, the adjacent trig function, theta, which is 3 newtons cosine 30 degrees, because this angle is 30 degrees. Fy is the opposite. It's negative because it goes down. So it's 3 newtons times sine of 30 degrees, which is negative 1.5 newtons. So that's negative 1.5 newtons. It's getting a little sloppy here. Okay. Now, when we use the trig function over here for the x, we get 2.59. And when we add up the components, we find out the resultant has an x component of 2.59 and a y component of 3.5 newtons, because 5 plus negative 1.5 is 3.5. Here's where I made the mistake on my last video. The resultant is found using the Pythagorean theorem. So the square root of 2.59 squared plus 3.59 squared, and the resultant equals 4.3 newtons. Now we need the direction, so we use tangent for the direction. Now let's sketch what our resultant looks like. It's got a positive x component and a positive y component, so it looks like this. 2.59 is the x component of the resultant, and 3.5 newtons is the y. That's positive 3.5 newtons. So the resultant looks like this. There's your theta, because we always do our angles with respect to either the east or the west. So let's do tangent. Tan, inverse tangent, opposite, 3.5 newtons, divided by the adjacent, 2.59 newtons. And we find that the theta equals, let's see, 53 degrees. See, did I do it right? Yep, did it right. Good. And so now the resultant is 4.3. Let's see if I can. Where's my here? Right up here. Resultant is 4.3 newtons, 53 degrees, the units of degrees, north of east. Why? Let's take a look at the picture. The resultant, which is here, is north up from the direction of east. And that covers everything. Good.